Path Media. I was a minimum wage movie theater usher that made good and became a top earner in my network marketing company. Now, after 16 plus years in the profession, I'm finally teaching myself how to leverage the internet with online marketing and social media marketing to continue to grow and expand my business. My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is day 58, episode 58. That's right, 58 out of 100. All right, for today's episode, I want to, it's another question that I got from conference, actually, from our annual conference, the Yoli Level Up Conference. And I promise I will tell you guys the innovation very, very soon, all the things that we're releasing there. But I have so many topics, other topics that came out of conference because, I always get a lot of questions at conference, right? And so it's given me so many ideas to share here on the show because if somebody had that question at conference, chances are you guys might have the same or similar questions out there in the world, as you're listening to the show. So it was a matter of, I was speaking to a young man who, he's very early, I would say early 20s. And, not only is he really looking at network marketing as an option, but he's also has his own, he's kind of got this budding business that he's trying to get off the ground. He's trying to balance all this stuff while being at school and also working a job, right? And so the question was like, it's hard for me to kind of decide what to put my time in and my basket and eggs in because there's so much that I have to balance. Like, so what should I focus on? And I'm like, honestly, if you're just at the beginning of your hustle, right? You're just at the beginning of your career, and it's one of those things that balance is the wrong word, but you kind of have to be in balance. You gotta do more than the average person is going to be doing, right? Like you obviously have to put a roof over your head and food on the table, right? Clothes on your back. So you gotta still have some kind of gainful employment that can provide you that, right? You gotta create some sort of income that can provide you that, and generally it is having a job, right? Like the beginnings of all entrepreneurial journeys, whether it's network marketing or not, most entrepreneurs start out with having some kind of gainful employment that can sustain them, right, before their businesses start to become salient. So there's that, and then of course, if you want to go to school can be very valuable. I think he was studying business, and of course, business in the classroom, especially the university setting, it's all very, it's all theory, right? It's all theory, but like learning theory is good because then it's your job as an entrepreneur to go out and put that theory into practice, right? So you got to go to school, and then of course, like if you're building a brand, if you're building a business, if you're building a network marketing business, you got to go out and hustle. And so it's not like which one do you choose, because it's like, and I don't know if it's generational thing necessarily, but it's a mindset that you have to have. You can't. Well, I've seen people quit their jobs as soon as they start their network marketing companies, and I don't mean to giggle at that, but that's not realistic, right? Like you can't, like network marketing typically takes a little while to build, and unless you're independently wealthy already, or you have money socked away that can sustain you for like 2 to 3 years, then it's not something that I would necessarily recommend. Build your network marketing business in the time that you have outside of, your obligations at your job, outside of your obligations at your family, outside of whatever other obligations that you have. It's not immediately, entrepreneurism, your entrepreneurial journey is not immediately going to replace, or shouldn't be immediately replacing, your current source of income, right? Like, because like unless you're just, you're okay with being, taking those kind of high level risks, it's not worth risking being homeless, right? Like, unless you have a fallback, and a safety net that can catch you. Very few people at this point, I don't think, have that. Unless you have that in play, then you gotta grind. And also part of the grind, part of juggling and learning how to manage all that is to force fortify you. It makes you stronger. Getting into that level of discomfort and challenge, it makes you into the entrepreneur, into the leader, into the network marketer that you need to become in order to have the success that you're actually seeking. So it is part of the journey. It's part of the proving ground of success, right? So yeah, make sure that it's not just like, oh, I'm going to quit everything else and do my one thing. No, you got to grind. You got to hustle everything all at once, and it's going to suck. It's going to be tough. You're going to want to quit every step of the way. But as long as you keep persevering, as long as you keep reminding yourself why you're doing that thing in the first place, you're eventually going to get stronger and stronger with each step forward, and then the success will gradually come. Again, my journey was almost a 7-year journey before I started making a real income in this thing, and I had to find ways to make ends meet every step of the way. All right, so it's one of those things. It's not an either or. It's just you got to get it done, and you got to get all of it done. Right. All right. So that's it. That's the topic for today. Hope that made sense. Anyways, if it didn't, there's more coming tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see you. Well, yeah. It's a regular sign-off. Sorry, I drew a blank, but I got to do my regular sign-off. I'm trying to make that a habit. And I don't know why I blanked on that. I mean, we're almost at 60 episodes. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.